Hey guys, Mr. Math Whiz here. Just wanted to give you a quick review of today's lesson. So far in this unit we've been talking about addition of integers. So we've used number lines like this and we've done addition with them. So a quick reminder of how that worked. When we did addition on these number lines, what color do I want to use? Okay, we'll do green. So when I do addition on these number lines, we kind of imagined that we were standing on the number line, right? And that's why I had the number line in the back of the room. So we're standing there right around 0. I'll give my dude little baseball cap so we know which way he's facing. When we did addition, we would face in the positive direction, okay? And then we would go to whatever number we were adding. So if we were adding 2 plus 4, that's pretty straightforward. You guys should already know that 2 plus 4 equals 6, but when we do that on a number line, that's what it looks like. First thing we do is we go to the first number. We go to 2. Boom, we're at 2. Now we're adding 4. So from here, our dude is adding. So he's facing that way, right? He's facing the positive direction since he's adding. And then he's going to walk forward 4 places. The reason he's walking forward 4 places is because the number that he is adding, the number right down here, is a positive number, okay? Keep in mind, guys, the plus sign is the sign of what's happening. Addition is happening, which is why he's moving in this direction, right? With the plus sign over there that I wrote. Addition means you're moving in the positive direction, or at least, well, I'm sorry, correction. Addition means you're facing the positive direction, okay? So he's staying at 2, he's facing the positive direction, and he's increasing by 4, by positive 4, which means that he's going to move forward 4 places, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that stops him at positive 6. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. You guys already knew that, but this is how we represent it on the number line. We went to the number 2, we faced in the positive direction because we were doing addition, and we walked forward 4 places because 4 is a positive number. So we're walking forward 4 places. When we did these sort of problems, let me see, is there a way to erase the whole screen? Oh, that's time-consuming. Oh, there we go. All right. So when we did these problems where we were adding a negative number, let's see, we just did 2 plus 4. So let's do 2 plus negative 4. So when we put a sign like this, we like to put parentheses around the negative 4. That way there's no confusion about the plus and the negative, because sometimes the negative sign looks a lot like a minus sign, right? The negative sign is not the same thing as a minus sign. It means different things. They're similar, they're related, but they're not the same thing. So here, if we're doing this problem, we start at 0. So we got our dude at 0. He's not facing any direction yet. And then we go ahead and take him to the 2. So we take him to the number 2, because that was our first number here in the problem. Our first number was the 2, so that's where we go. All right, now we look at our sign. We are adding, right? You see the plus sign? We are adding. We know that the positive direction is this way, so he's going to face the positive direction. So our dude is standing at 2, got his little baseball cap. He's facing forward in the positive direction. All right, now let's look at what he's adding. He's adding negative 4. Keep in mind, negative 4 means the same thing as the opposite of 4. So instead of walking forward 4 places like we did a minute ago, he's adding negative 4, which means he is actually going to walk backwards 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that takes him to negative 2. So this is a review of the previous lesson. This was addition. In addition, he always faces to the right in the positive direction. Then he walks forward if he's adding a positive, and he walks backwards if he's adding a negative, all right? But he always faces the positive direction when he is adding, when there is addition. You always face the positive direction. But you can walk forward or you can walk backwards depending on whether you're adding a positive or negative. So that's a review of the previous unit. Today's lesson was very similar, but today we introduced subtraction on a number line. So on subtraction, let's show what this looks like. So I'm going to use the same numbers, 2 and 4. This one I'm going to do 2 minus 4. So here's how this looks. We got our dude. He's at 0 because we haven't put him anywhere yet. I'm going to go ahead and start him at 2. Now this time we're subtracting. We've got the subtraction sign right there, right? So this time he's not going to face to the right. This time we want him to face to the left in our negative direction. All right? So we got our dude standing at 2. But this time he's facing that way. So we're going to give him a little baseball cap so I know which way he's facing. This time he's facing that way. He's facing the negative direction. Now, we are subtracting 4. Be careful with this, guys. We are not subtracting negative 4. This is a positive 4 because that minus sign is not part of the 4, okay? That minus sign right there has nothing to do with the 4. That minus sign is telling us which direction he's facing. So we're subtracting I almost said it wrong. We're subtracting positive 4. So since it's a positive 4, just like we did in the other problem, when it's positive, we walk forwards. When it's positive, we walked forward. The same thing we did with with addition. I'm getting all tongue-tied today. Sorry, guys. I must be a little tired. With positive, you always walk forward. And with negative, you walk backwards. Always. Negative, you walk backwards. Positive, you walk forward. Doesn't make a difference whether you're talking about adding or subtracting. You always walk forward with positive, and you always walk backward with negative. The only difference with subtracting is we're facing a different direction. All right, so going back to the problem. 2, we have them at 2. Minus, we have them facing the right direction. And now we're going forward 4 places. So we're doing a 1, 2, 3, and 4. So he walks forward 4 places, and that stops him at negative 2. 2 minus 4 equals negative 2. Okay? He started at 2. He faces the negative direction. He walks forward 4 places. All right, so now the one that's been stumping a lot of people. We're subtracting a negative. 2 minus negative 4. This is the one a lot of you are struggling with right now, okay? The subtraction is throwing you off, guys. It's throwing you guys off a little bit. So I'm starting off, my dude's at 0 because we haven't told him where to go yet. I see my first problem, my problem starts with the number 2. So we're going to go ahead and put him at 2. And we need to know which way he's facing. So he's subtracting, which means he's going to face to the left in the negative direction. So I'm going to give him a little baseball cap. We know he's facing that way towards our negatives. So he is subtracting. He's moving in the negative direction to the left. And this time he's subtracting by negative 4. All right, watch out for this, guys. He's subtracting by the opposite of 4. Remember, positives, you always go forward, and negative, you always go backwards. Positive, you always go forward, and negative, you always go backwards. So which way is he going to go for this problem? Well, we're subtracting, so we have him facing the right direction, but we're subtracting a negative 4. So he's going to walk backwards. He's going to moonwalk 4 places backwards, and that's going to take him 1, 2, 3, 4 to positive 6. 2 minus negative 4 gives you positive 6. All right? So if this confuses you, watch this video, rewatch this video, do the problems in the activity. We started lesson 4 today. We're going to finish lesson 4 tomorrow. But, do your best to follow along. I know it can seem a little confusing, it can seem a little counterintuitive because we're used to negatives going left. But when you're subtracting a negative, you're actually moving to the right because you're facing the left, but you're moving backwards. You're moving in the opposite direction because it's a negative. Okay? Negative means opposite. Hopefully that helps you. All right, I'm going to stop the video now, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and I'll post another video probably then for the rest of this lesson. All right, see you guys later. Bye.